嗨，大家晚上好。我看哈，现在这个时间差不多，我们就要开始哈。但是我发觉有人在问这个 passcode，待会哈，我先找一找 passcode 给其他人哈。那些没有 passcode 进不到来的，你们稍等一下哈。我先去找一找这个 passcode，有了。那如果你们当中这一边哈、有朋友进不来哈、需要 passcode 的哈、那我在 chat 这一边留言给你们大家。OK 大家可以听到我声音的和看得到我画面的，可以打一嘛？please type one if you're able to see me。OK，谢谢你们。好的，OK，晚上好，OK，欢迎来到我们今天的这个Crypto Journey with Blockman Wins 的这个独家直播。今天是一个特别长，今天是2025年10月28日那我 make sure 这个 video record 起来。那如果你们有谁错过的还没有机会在前面进到来的那至少你们待会结束之后可以重看。那今天我们的这个比较特别的一个特别场，我们有特别的嘉宾让大家可以来加入我们的那欢迎你们的这个到来。那请问你们知道今天的这个特别场，我们的这个主题是讲一些什么吗？来，留言区帮我打一打，看你们知不知道我们今天讲的这个主题是什么？哎，你好，郭富城，郭富城Dixon，你好，OK，那今天的主题是讲什么？Elliott Wave 对，没错今天的主题我们讲的是这个 Elliott Wave 那为什么我今天会特别的去安排这样子的一场关于 Elliott Wave 给大家来知道，给大家的来学习呢？因为是很重要。如果一直以来都有跟着我的这个Zoom 直播的各位你们都知道，目前如果根据我之前的一个推断比特币的区块高度高达这个有91万区块高度的时候，910千高度的时候，基本上原本如果根据之前3、4轮的这个牛市以及熊市的这样子的一个走势基本上目前已经是来到这个牛市的这个顶部的一个时刻了牛市顶部的一个时刻但是一个东西，为什么到今天为止我们还没有看到这个牛市的顶部熊市的开启那一直以来有跟踪我的这个 Zoom 直播，大家都已经可以知道我一直有跟大家强调以及重复的一个东西，就是在去年2024年1月份去年2024年1月份的时候那只要你们都知道这个 ETF 开始这个发行之后那机构投资者 institutional investor is already come into involve in the investment of the cryptocurrency 所以要变成整个市场的这一个已经不像以前是由这个所谓的retail investor retail investor 来做一个的这样子一个市场的支撑的但是这一轮的牛市特别的不同，这一轮的牛市我们的有了所有的这些机构投资者的这一个的介入之后市场的整个走势变得不一样了那如果你有真正在这个市场非常久的人你已经超过这个7、8年的人，你都可以知道，那这一轮。大家应该可以从整个加密货币市场中当然，你们如果是学习这个股票 stock 的你们也是可以用到这个待会会介绍给大家非常好的这个的这个技巧 Elliott Wave 来这个操作你的股市的这个图表是没问题的，也可以的但是我先讲这个加密货币的整体的一个市场。那我要讲一个东西，那其实如果大家都懂得看这个图表的话，那我们应该在这一轮的牛市里面，我们隐约有看到有很多 retail investor 就是这一个散户我们散户们一直以来在上两轮的牛市在支撑的那个价格的这样子的一个量，为什么在这一轮的牛市我们稍微看不到了？真的那我相信在前几天我有见了几位我们的学员一起喝茶，那我也给大家从这个上一轮的 Zoom 的直播看得到这轮的牛市的这个量，相对于上一轮牛市的量的图表是非常不一样的也因此很多人会开始问我一个问题那到底这个山寨币就是 alternate coin 到底发生了什么样子的一个事情？山寨币到底发生了一个什么样的事情？好像这个所谓的alternate seasons index，OK，你看到目前真的是游走在50以下，非常的低。那原因在于什么？我相信大家都非常清楚的知道了一直以来都有在这个。我的这个 Zoom 直播里面一起学习、一起成长的人，你们都已经知道了还有另外一个我们有提到的一个点，就是基本上这一轮的牛市，很多的这个 retail investor，they are they are losing money in the memes coin。很多的这个retail investor 这散户们在初期的时候，以为牛市来临的时候，就把很多的这个他们自己本身的资金都投进去了所谓的这些不只是山寨币，是迷因币，而且是刚刚发行市场还没有人知晓的迷因币，尤其是在这个去中心化的交易所里面所以这轮非常多的散户的钱。不见了不见在哪里？在山寨币以及迷因币然后你们有没有发觉到这一轮我相信这边有很多在之前没有在我们的这个 VIP Zoom 直播的人，你们有没有发觉到这一轮带着整个市场走的还是由比特币来做带领的？有发觉到的人能不能给我打一个五？Give me five。有发觉到的人可以帮我打一个五吗？整体带领这市场的，目前一直让整个牛市还在延续的，都是由这个比特币做带领的，有发觉好，好，谢谢你那今天我们来到了一个时间点这个时间点，这个时间段非常重要。呃，相对于我在几个月前我一直有跟他强调的比特币基本上到这个区块91091万区块高度的时候基本上 is the end of the bullish。But the thing is that，OK，为什么目前的这个牛市还在延续着？我们是否有任何的一个工具可以帮助到我们，可以紧紧的抓住到底这个牛市在接下来由比特币带领的这个顶端，尤其是比特币本身的价格可以到达怎么样子的一个高点那我们需要非常多的一个工具当然我们也发觉到了，除了我的这个三步指标 KO 法我们也发觉到原来市场还有一些非常棒的、非常有经验的这个真正的交易员他在市场里面已经用了非常久的一段时间的这样子的一个的工具那今天非常开心，我有机会能够把他邀请来跟大家做这样子的一个分享的没错那基本上你今天将来看到我们有邀请来的这个特别嘉宾，待会我们有一个这个我们的 MC 来介绍他我们待会有一个叫 Richard 的我们会等一下会叫 Richard 来进来跟大家介绍这个 Cherry Simon 到底是怎么样子的一个背景在整个行业里面他不只是在这个这个 stock。 这一个其他的这个黄金、白银等等甚至最近这几年，它也用了这样子同样的一个工具在加密货币加密货币的这样子的一个的技术分析里面，而且它的这一个分析的这个准确点。也是非常高的所以今天我会让大家有机会能够见到这个 Mr. Cherry Simon 的。But before that，我稍微跟大家讲解什么是这个 Elliott wave 谁有兴趣知道什么是 Elliott wave 的？我先用中文讲，因为接下来 Mr. Cherry Simon 会用英文来跟大家讲如果你有兴趣，想要我预先在 Mr. Cherry 开始之前，我用Mandarin 用 Chinese 跟大家讲解的人，你可以打密码，OK，你一定要给我打一个密，给我知道你现在有兴趣，先稍微听一听，先明白什么是 Elliott wave 有吗？还是有人啊？那好，我首先就先在这边跟大家讲解一下到底是什么是 Elliott wave 基本上你看到目前的这个图表你可以看到有5个蓝色的波浪，OK，我们称它为波浪1到波浪5，然后你会看到这个红色的波浪，OK，红色是下跌的这个走势的一个波浪我们叫它为 Wave A to Wave C 那这个 Elliott wave 呢是由谁所发明呢？它是由美国的一个这个以前这个人物叫做 Ralph Nelson Elliott，在1930年提出的他一直发觉到他一直因为有研究他一直以来都有研究整个市场可以投资商品的这样子这一些的价格走势，他发觉到一个东西，市场的价格的一个走势其实是会以一个重复出现的波浪的一个模式来前进的这个波浪的形成到底是怎么样子形成的呢？它其实是由我们所有的投资人集合起来的一个心理的一个乐观以及这个悲观的情绪所驱动的然后它Elliott呢，它发觉到一个完整的循环，首先会有推动浪这个推动浪在英文称为 impulse wave。OK，这个推动浪它总共有5波，第一波是上涨波，第二波是下跌，第三波又是上涨波，第四波下跌波，然后第5波是最后一波的上涨波。OK，它叫这个 Wave Five，然后在第5波，它一旦去到了这个所谓的这个牛的走势的顶端的时候它就会开始进入下跌的走势了但是整体的下跌走势，它不是直线直接滑落的任何可投资的这个商品的这个价格走势都是会有这样子的一个波动的你看这个红色的波动红色的波动你首先你可以看到有一个波浪 A 是一个下跌的一个这个波浪走势但是这个波浪走势不会直接往下跌的，它会出现一个反弹的一个走势，叫做波浪 B。Wave B 很多人以为，哎，这个牛市还是会继续的往上涨，OK，这个牛市的趋势会继续的不断的在走但是其实不是的如果你已经更加很清楚可以掌控这个 Elliott wave 之后，你可以知道，其实这个波浪 B 它的顶点没有办法突破这个波浪5的顶点的时候，基本上这个 Elliott wave 的这个波浪 B 就形成了然后之后它就会形成波浪 C 而且这个接下来的整体走势就会往下滑落了那你们 OK，我想问一问，你们这边有没有想要有兴趣在今天可以知道我们可以看到的整体的一个走势，到底是牛市还没有碰顶，还是牛市已经结束？谁想知道的打5今天我们有可能有这个机会通过这个Mr. Cherry Simon 的这个分享给我们知道通过这个 Elliott wave，我们可以怎么样子的用这样子的一个工具，去轻易的可以抓到这一波的牛市的走势是否已经结束来非常好还有非常多人。那我稍微讲解一下这个 Elliott wave 的主要的几个 特点是非常重要。首先，它是一个循环性的，所谓的一个循环性，就是它不断会有重复的。不断会有重复发生的整个市场都会往这个8个波浪的循环去走它会有一个推动波，它会有一个调整波。第二个肯定是多空交替，无论是上涨的单额，它不可能直线上涨的，它一定会有一个回跌调整的一个波浪。调整波浪之后，它才会有一个继续上涨的一个波浪它要消化市场的一些的这个热度momentum才会，所以它必须有一个多空的这样子的一个交替的然后一个东西也很重要的，它是可分割性的。什么叫可分割性？每一个大波浪里面其实比如说我把这个波浪放在日线图每一天的这个 data。我放在 data 的话，其实我甚至把它放成了这个 4-hour chart，它都可以使用的甚至在 4-hour chart 里面4个小时的这个图表，我们可能也会可以看到有这个 Elliott wave 的这样子的一个走势在当中的都可以的所以它是可分割性的最后一个重点就是它其实是由我们所有投资者的这个心理的一个集合。它是我们所有投资者的一个心理的集合它是让我们有一个驱动这个波浪的形成反映了整个市场参与者的具体的心理变化。很简单，你看这个蓝色的 impulse wave 基本上这个就是市场目前所有的这个投资者、市场的参与者，他们是带着非常的这个积极的一个心态的他们大家都非常的看好的接下来这一个他们所投入的、所买入的这一个无论是 stock，无论是这个 crypto。都有继续上涨的这样的一个可能，所以也会变成了这个上升推动浪的一个形成。但是市场到了一个顶点，就是大家在共同的一个心理因素之下，可能就不看好市场继续上涨的这个走势的时候，那一次波浪 A、B、C 就会出现了所以这个 Elliott wave 是根据这个投资者所有在市场的参与者的一个心理因素的变化而形成出来的一个工具那为什么我们在这边我们要学习 Elliott wave 波浪理论呢？首先有3个点，非常多的点，但是我不多说，我只讲3个点，因为接下来的重点我由这个我们的这个老师来亲自的跟大家做分享第一个。OK，我们要学习 Elliott wave，why we must learn Elliott wave OK，第一个，我们可以掌控市场的节奏语言Elliott wave 认为这个市场的价格的波动并非随机的不是的其实它是反映人类情绪的一个具体的一个节奏是我们刚才我跟大家讲的一个心理的节奏。如果市场上基本上大家目前都看好，那这个 impulse wave 就会出生就会发现就会出现所以你看这个波浪理论，它揭示了价格的上升以及回调的自然的循环，五条的这个推动浪，以及这个3波的修正浪那第二个好处，我们可以提升趋势的判断。我们自己可以帮助到自己我们的判断能力目前是不是在应该进场或者是应该出场的这样子的一个时机那我们从这个 impulse wave 里面，我们也可以抓得到什么时候进场最好。那我们去到的这一个correction wave 的时候，红色的波浪 A、B、C 的时候，什么时候是最好的做空的时机那我们也可以通过这个 Elliott wave 的这个工具，让我们学习得到第三个有一个非常好玩的东西，就是你看这个 Elliott wave is not only can use in the stock or crypto，它是 almost in all market，OK，全部的市场跨市场的，而且它是跨时间框架的。你可以用在这个 data，你可以用在这个 weekly chart，你也可以用在 monthly chart，甚至如果你是做这个 short term trading 的，你可以用在更小的时间段，4个小时、1个小时，甚至少过1个小时的图都可以。所以无论是股票、外汇、加密货币或商品， 市场只要有流动性的都可以，OK，都可以用这个 Elevate 所以你看为什么我们觉得这个学习 Elevate 很重要，包括了我自己这个为什么我其实也有一个私心的那为什么我今天要做这个特别场？我这个特别场是因为我自己本身也是想向这个 Mr. Cherry Simon 学习这个 Elevate 的这样子的一个的操作。以便于我们在接下来的整个这个投资或者是做这个交易的策略上有更好的一个工具的一个辅助那我觉得接下来的这个时候因为时间的关系，我要尽快的让这个Mr. Cherry Simon 的这个介绍者他是叫做 Richard Mr. Richard 呢，他是帮我们安排这个 Mr. Cherry Simon 来到跟大家分享的我非常感恩Richard 帮我联系上了这个 Mr. Cherry Simon 好让我们都有这样的一个机会来听这个 Mr. Cherry 的这样子的一个分享那我就不多说，我把接下来的时间交给 Mr. Richard 以至于 Richard 你可以跟更加的多人
好的，
来介绍这个 Mr. Cherry Simon 我先把我的这个荧幕的掌控权交给你，我让你变这个 make host 好，我把
好的，
这个时
好的，
间交给你。
谢谢，谢谢。
OK Richard 现在你可以把这个荧幕交到你的手中了
我还拿不到 share screen，host disable，你可以在
可以抱歉make
还没
host。
有，
OK，好了，
好了，嗯，
我们待会由这个 Mr. Richard 来深入的介绍一下 Mr. Cherry Simon 因为接下来的 Mr. Cherry 的这个分享会以英文来跟大家呈现的
对了，我也是会转回英文吧，谢谢Vince 老师。就现在我就做一个简单的一个介绍给Cherry Simon，所以我转回去英文一点，所以我表达能力比较好一点。OK，谢谢你们这个时间过来。Thank you much this evening for coming into these Zoom sessions here. Now, it's very pleasure to introduce Cherry Simon here. Because how I know Chairman because we chat about it, and he has a great experience in Elliott Wave. So as I chat with him after the church service, and we talk about the trading, and he actually shared a little bit of Elliott Wave. That's actually kicking into some interest that I'd like to introduce into a crypto journey with Vince, and because of that, because I want to add more value into the crypto journey with Vince. And with that, all the members that is hearing and with it, the members here as well as the VIP will benefit from tonight's events. Now, very briefly, let me just introduce a little bit about Cherry Simon. As you look at the screen here, he has been in the oil industry for quite a while, but mainly he is in the technical wave analysis with Standard Chartered Treasury, which means to say that he is looking into FX during those days. So FX market is actually swing by much billions of dollars in every day. So I believe that the banks will actually uh, pass on the trust into Cherry Simon to look into some of the currency pair to make profit for the banks. Then after which he will jump on to the general managers for another manufacturing. But most of his experience is actually coming into the technical wave analysis, which actually put him into a great training in Elliott Wave. So of course, after which he will actually got into stocks and futures remisier. So he has about 37 years of experience. So tonight he's going to share bit by bit, as well as all the questionnaires that you put on as you registered your name for tonight's Zoom. Okay, without further ado, I will pass on this tonight events to Cherry Simon, and let's welcome him. And I'm going to stop sharing and make him host again. Thank you so much. Okay.
Am I
Yes,
the host already?
yes, Mr. Cherry, welcome.
All
Um,
right.
can you make host? Okay.
You are supposed to make me host, right?
Yeah, I'm looking for you. Where are you?
The
Okay, I saw
participants.
you. All right, go ahead. Take it on,
Oh, good.
Henry.
All right. Uh, so I hope everyone can hear me very well. I thank both Richard and Vince for giving me this honor to share my experience in trading and investing over the last basically 40 years. And I believe that all of you are here to learn how to make money, right? If not, you won't be here. Not just to make money, but also to learn a system where you can use it confidently and to pick high probability trades. Now, I'm going to speak very slowly because I believe most of you are Mandarin speaking. So forgive me if I cannot speak Mandarin, but I will speak as slowly as possible in the best English I can so that you will understand. If I speak out of tune or if you don't understand, you can wait for me to finish and then you can ask me the question. So just write down a few questions. I have 10 questions I've picked up from the queries you have asked Vince, and I will answer that at the end of my presentation. So let me share my screen so that I can show you what I plan to share today. All right. I hope you can see this. This is the first slide I wanted to show you. You can see that this is a tidal wave, and that's how markets are. They can be very, very volatile. They can be very calm. But these days, the markets are extremely volatile. And most of you, I believe, are into cryptocurrency and alt currencies and stable coins. And so it's appropriate that I show you this wave. Now, I just want to share with you a little bit about what waves actually represent. You know, during our lifetime, we have ups and downs, right? Even if our emotions have good moods and bad moods. Now, the economy goes up and down and up and down. You have inflation, you have deflation, you have good economy and bad economy. So all these waves was observed by Elliott about 100 years ago. For many years, he looked at the stock market in the New York Stock Exchange and he observed that they follow a certain pattern. And he captured it in a principle called the Elliott wave principle. And of course, he named it after himself. And I'm sure you understood a little bit about how Vince explained, although I didn't understand what he said. But I believe you got a little bit of background of what Elliott wave analysis is. But I'll expand on it in the next 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. So, as Vince said, I've had experience for almost 37 years now. Hang on here. Yeah, you saw this. So Vince was right and Richard was right that I actually first started looking at this in 1988 while I was doing my MBA in the US, because the one of the focus was on trading, and that's where it captured my attention. And I've never looked back since I studied that. And over the years, I've picked up experience through wins and losses, and now I'm a lot more matured in the study of these waves. And I would like to share what I have experienced and learned, and maybe you can pick up a little bit of it, and maybe we can go further later on. So I won't go through this. I'll just go to the next slide. As you can see, the market has its own language, but can you hear what it's saying? There are people who look at indicators They listen to rumors, they read news headlines, but there's a hidden rhythm in the market, and it was captured by Elliott. And normally these waves capture the emotions of the investors and traders, from optimism to hope, greed, fear, and then to despair, and then it starts again another cycle. So these emotions by traders are captured by the waves. And that's the beauty about understanding. If you understand these waves, it takes a while for you to understand and learn and experience it. But once you understand it, you will never look back at any other indicators or news items. You will just believe in the principles. And the wave analysis actually decodes the psychology of the market crowd. Now, most of the traders and investors, they just follow whatever others say or whatever they see in the market. There are some with a very high risk profile, some with very low risk profile. But the ones with a high risk profile are known as gamblers, right? But even gamblers can look at the market, and if they understand wave analysis, they'll pick the top and the bottoms of the market. They may have high capacity to take risk, and they will just go for it. But there are many others, like me, for example. I'm more calm, more measured in my entry and exit of trades, because I make sure that at least 80% of my confidence is in that probability before I make that move. So there are many different types of traders, of course. There are the gambling type, and those who wait until 100% of the criteria they have decided before they jump in, but they miss a lot of the moves already. It's already in the third wave, or in the middle of the third wave, or at the top of the third wave. So if you really study the markets through the lens of the wave analysis, you will find that your trading success will be a lot higher. You can exceed 80% to 90%. So it all depends on the individual. And it's not a magic. It's a framework for identifying high probability turning points, the ups and the highs and the lows. So markets, of course, breathe in different cycles, and wave analysis reveals this rhythm beautifully, the psychology behind every move. And once you see this rhythm, you'll never look at charts the same way again. You will always look at wave analysis instead of looking at all the 250 indicators that the markets provide. I personally use only wave analysis, and to support it, I have an MACD and maybe a little bit of RSI. But my main tools are the wave analysis and MACD. All right, so it's very simple, but it can be complicated too. So markets move in psychological waves, not random chaos. So many people who look at the markets, they say, oh my God, it's so chaotic, it's so volatile. Yes, it's volatile, but if you know how to label the waves, you will know exactly which wave it is, whether it's wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, or whether the wave is dying into wave 5 before a big correction. Whether it's an up wave or down wave. Even down waves, we have wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5 down before a correction. So if you are the type who likes to short the market, you can use wave analysis just as effectively as you use wave analysis for an up market move. Okay? So if you're confused with what I've said, and if you have ever found yourself hesitating at reversals, that means at the bottom, and you think whether you want to go in or not, you can use wave analysis to give you that extra confidence to go into the market. And you will never miss a proper entry or exit. Exits is just as important as entry. So taking profit is just as important as entering the market. Don't miss out the taking profits part. And if you're wondering why the market turned just when you entered, so some people enter the market and then suddenly the market goes against them. And if you wonder all that, well, it's time to learn and read the market's pulse clearly and confidently. And the only way to do that is through Elliott wave principles. Vince showed you this simple theoretical wave where there's 5 waves up and 3 waves down. I won't go into this. You've already been shown by Vince what that is. Okay, now we'll go into the real deal. Many of you have asked me to look at the Bitcoin chart. All right, so this is a daily chart of the Bitcoin versus US dollar. Right? Yes? Did someone say something?
Hi. Yes, I'm sorry. I need to interrupt you a little bit. Now, if at the side of the participant, if you see people that are in, can you look at it and then you click admit? Because there are some people that the latecomer they want you just admit.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I thought Vince was in control. Okay, I forgot that I'm in control right now. All right,
Yeah.
sure, will do. All right, so this is the daily chart. Let me see. Okay, this is the daily chart of Bitcoin versus US dollars since 2020. If you remember, the COVID low was here. Can you see my cursor? I hope you can see my cursor here on the bottom left. That was the 2020 low when COVID was at its height. And it's about 15,000. The low was 15,460. Now, if you look at the channel that I've drawn, you can see that it is an up channel. Now, it may not look like it's capturing the tops and the bottoms of the waves as it goes up. But if you see how I labeled it, before I go into that, I just want to explain to you. Elliott wave analysis is captured in fractals. Fractals are market moves where a 5-wave move, within that 5-wave move, there are smaller 5-wave moves within each move. So a wave 1 will have 5 waves, a wave 2 will have 5 waves or 3 waves. So within each wave, there's another 5 waves. So that's what it means by fractionization. And it's in short form, we call it fractals. So if you see that green, Vince took over my chart. Hello.
Okay, sorry. So I just admit all the people back to the room.
Okay.
Okay, then make you host again. Sorry about that.
No worries. I'll share again.
Yeah. Okay, can you share now?
Yeah, okay. Okay, back to the chart, right? So if you look at the bottom left of the chart, you will see wave 1 here in green, wave 2 in green. We label it in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And each wave, depending on the degree, the size of the wave, we start off with grand super cycle, then we have cycles, primary waves, intermediate waves. This green 1, 2 is a minor wave. It's considered a minor wave. 1, 2, and then the 3 is over here at the top here, if you can see, 3, and then 4, and then I have labeled this as 5. So you know what happens after a 5 wave, right? It normally tops off and it does an ABC. That's my count at the moment. That's my preferred count. Whenever you do wave analysis, just remember, you must always have a plan B. A plan B is the alternate count. I haven't put the alternate count here, but right now this is my preferred count. Even though the channel here, there are some of you who ask me whether you can use the highs and lows and higher highs and lower lows, and whether supports and resistance align with wave analysis. There you go. You can see that you can even draw a channel and support your wave count and labeling using these type of channels. And so my channel here, 1, 2, 3, 4. You see the 4 hits the bottom of this channel. And then the latest drop, I think this was about 2 weeks ago, to about 106,000. Just hit the channel here, and now I think it's somewhere around 112,000, if I'm not mistaken. So it has bounced off that. Okay, I've just admitted somebody. So this is the current chart labels I have put. Now, as a wave analyst, you must be flexible. If the market tells you something else, you must always let the market decide. You don't make the decision. Let the market show you whether this is the correct count that you have labeled. Of course, over the years, I've learned how to label it just by looking at it. And within 10 minutes, I can label it like this. Those of you who are new will probably label it all over the place. So this takes time for you to learn. But once you learn it, you'll never look at any other markets in a different way. You won't use any other indicators except this, because it is very, very clear. And you use momentum from RSI momentum, you can see, or even volume. I sometimes use volume because normally the wave 5 volumes are a lot less than wave 3. This is wave 3 minor. And within that wave 3 minor, you have another 3 waves. This is called a minute wave, all right? Wave 1 minute, wave 2 minute, wave 3 minute, wave 4 minute, and wave 5 minute. And within this minute wave 3, you have another 5 waves. So you can see the fractal nature of Elliott waves. They're all divided into fractals. So a 20, 30-year-old chart will have many, many such waves. So you have to label it properly. But if you are a short-term trader or someone who trades over 3 to 6 months, this is more than enough. But you still need to look at the longer-term chart to give you perspective as to where the bottom of the trade is, the bottom of the market is. I have captured wave 4 intermediate. That's the red one here. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
okay.
We can hear you, yes.
Oh, good, thanks. So this is the fractal nature of this market, right? And how to enter the markets and exit the markets is a whole different ballgame. You have to be able to be very disciplined, and you follow your trade plan. You must have a stop loss, a target, a trailing stop. There are many ways to trade it, but you must follow your trade plan and don't be veered away from your plan because of what somebody tells you or what the news tells you. The news can give you a lot of news that are not correct or very late. It can be delayed. Whereas the price will indicate exactly where the market is. So the waves capture it very well. In fact, you have probably heard this term, follow the money. And wave analysis captures this very well. Follow the money, because it is captured in the price action and the labeling of these waves. All right, so I'll just move on to the next one. All right, there are some of you who have asked me to share my thoughts on, on Ethereum. This is Ethereum USD tether, is USDT, tethered to the stablecoin. It's a weekly chart. I just wanted to show you the weekly chart because it's important to look at the history of these charts, because blockchain and cryptos are relatively new. It's about 15, 16 years old since Satoshi introduced it in 2009, Bitcoin. Since then, there's 10,000s of altcoins. And Ethereum is one of them. In fact, it is the second largest traded cryptocurrency in the world after Bitcoin. And it's a very interesting chart because, as you can see, I have sorry. I have labeled it as a sideways move here. Mind you, this low here is the COVID low where Bitcoin was 16,000. Yeah. Since then, it's gone to about 3,000, 4,000. And it has been sideways, whereas Bitcoin has been going up and up and up, at least 5 times more than what Ethereum has. And Ethereum has been waiting and biding its time. But I believe it's about time. It's going to make a big move. And Bitcoin, I believe, is going to be delayed. It's going to be regressive. It won't move as much. So that's my view on just looking at wave analysis. Because this is a flat correction. How do I move this down? Okay, never mind. And you can see that this is this wave here is 2. 1 is at the top here. All right. And so 1, 2, and in fact, you can't see it here. I don't know if you can see it here, but this is 1, 2, a minor minute wave here, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2. The next move is 3. And 3 is normally the largest and most volatile or sharp wave up, where the volume is the highest. So I'm waiting for that to take place. Mind you, this is a weekly chart. Now, this is the daily chart for the same crypto, Ethereum. This consolidation or correction is what I labeled it as 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And once this breaks out of this top here, you can expect it to start moving bit by bit by bit to new highs. Okay. A lot of them are looking at 5,000 because I don't believe it has gone above 5,000. This high is about 4,700 or so. But it's bidding its time. So keep an eye on that. And I believe, but still, make sure you use your trading strategies well. The risk management, very important. Of course, the very risky traders, those who love to just jump into the market, they will just buy now. And then they will put a stop below this. Personally, I won't do that because I want the market to let me know when to move. And I have those strategies, which I will share during the one-day class. Okay? But right now, it is too short a time for me to share those strategies. But just be aware that this market is bidding its time to move up. I don't think it's going to go down too much because of the overlapping nature of the waves. You can see when it's overlapping, that means it's corrective. When it's moving like this, it is impulsive. Many are call it motive waves, motive or impulsive waves. Okay? These are corrective waves. So that's Ethereum, and this is Ripple. Ripple XRP is mostly used by banks right now because they are a payment system and they are very popular as a blockchain for their back office payment systems. So it's very popular, but as an investment, not so good. All right. So as you can see, of course, the low here is 10 cents, but that was many years ago. Right now it's $2.63. So compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum and many other alts, it's not really something I would look at. Although it will go up, if you are the type who likes to just buy and just hold, this is a good stop, okay? But if you're a trader, I think it's better to move to the next one. Okay, this is Ethereum longer term, okay? So earlier I showed you the, I believe this is the weekly chart, but this is only from 2019. This is from 2017. Tell you also, you can get the chart as a arithmetic, using arithmetic scale or a logarithmic scale. Because of the last 15 years from 1 cent, it was issued at 1 cent in 2009. And now it's 110,000. So you can imagine the multiples it has gone through. So to get a good perspective of the charts, you need to use logarithmic scale. This one is an arithmetic scale, so that's why it looks very weird. Whereas the chart that I have shown here is actually a logarithmic scale chart. I will teach that to you when we meet next time. Okay, these I just put this out because I had it in my bank, and I thought I'll show you. This is a pharmaceutical chart that trades in the National Stock Exchange of India. You can see a very clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's one of the best, clearest motif waves I've seen. So that's why I put it there. And a very clear ABC. You can see ABC here. Before it moved off to make record highs. And those record highs are here. This box here is this chart here. So you can see after it did the second wave, 1, 2, it just kept going up. And this also did another bigger, larger degree 5-wave moves. So if you really study wave analysis, it is one of the most powerful tools to give you not just good profits, but in my case, confidence, very good confidence that when you put the trade in, your chances of losing is very, very slim. Not many techniques can give you that confidence, okay? So just to put that out for you. All right, this is a Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange weekly chart from 1982. So that's 43 years. And it's a logarithmic scale chart. I don't know if any of you have seen this before, but when I traded this in 1992, that was when I started the Standard Chartered in 1990. So I'm very familiar with this. And the collapse you see from wave 3 to wave 4 was a massive collapse from 1,330, which we captured here and sold at 880 to 260. The low was 261. So you can imagine that drop. Since then, it's been going up. But the KLSE, I don't know if many of you are even trading KLSE. I don't, but I thought I'd show you this. It has been going sideways since the last 10 years. This is a weekly chart, by the way. Whereas all the world markets have made new highs. So whether it tells you something or not, it's up to you. Everyone has his own opinion. And I'll just leave it there just to show you that. Okay, this is the daily chart of KLSE, Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange. This here is captured here. As you can see, from 2020, COVID low, it has been going sideways. Many markets have made new highs. Even the Singapore Stock Exchange has done new highs. But you can see this one. And I have labeled it as 5 of 5, which means to say I'm expecting this market to fall, okay? But I leave it to your judgment. I might be wrong, but I don't trade it anyway. But I like to read waves. That's my hobby, and I love doing analysis of all kinds of charts. Somebody did ask me about whether you can use wave analysis on cryptos, on bonds, on stocks, futures. Let me tell you that it can be used in every case. Every asset class, you can use it as long. The criteria is that it must be freely traded. That means there must not be any government controlling the market. Okay, once you have that, then the waves don't capture the psychology of the crowd, of the people who trade. If you have one person controlling the market, how do you even trade that? You can't. Stay away from it. So now, this is the complicating part that you have to learn. If you want to be an expert in wave analysis, you have to know how to label the waves. As you can see, I've put up the fractal nature. Fractal nature. A fractal nature is when waves are embedded in larger degree waves. So you look at this grand super cycle labeled in Roman numerals. Okay, this type of charts is like 100, 200 years old. So it's really at the back burner. We don't really look at it unless you are looking at very long-term charts. Then you have cycle charts. Now, each of these waves are embedded in the higher degree wave. Okay, so like 1 bracket, 2 bracket, 3 bracket, these are Roman numerals, are embedded inside each of these. So, for example, cycle wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC is embedded in grand supercycle wave 3, or 1, or 2. So each of those waves have another 5 waves. And it goes down the line like this. So you have primary. Primary is few years. Intermediate is 1 to 2 years. And then it goes on like that until it is sub-minuet inside a minuet. So these are, you can, depending on your trading horizon, if you're a short-term trader who don't trade more than 2 days, you cut out the trade. You have to look at the smaller labels, okay? Don't look at the larger labels. You can put these as smaller labels, but it's up to you, you know? So I look at, basically I look from cycle on downwards, cycle, primary, intermediate, downwards. So, because I like to have a larger picture of what I'm trading, okay? So that I just explained to you, no? Intermediate waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C is nested inside a higher degree primary wave 3. Okay, you will get hang of it once you put your hands in the plow. When I teach the 1-day class, I will give you a workbook where you can practice it in real life in a live market. Okay, so we'll do that later. Now, there are some rules and guidelines when you label or trade wave analysis. This you can get it from the internet. I just captured it in the internet and put it there for you. But you can go back and have a look at this. But there are 3 rules that you cannot violate. You must follow that. If not, you are not following the principles. And these 3 rules are at the bottom here. Wave 2 cannot retrace more than the beginning of wave 1. So this here, the wave 2 here cannot go below the wave 1 start. If it does, then your count is wrong already. That's one rule. Second rule is wave 3 cannot be the shortest. Okay, it need not be the longest. Normally it's the longest, but it must not be the shortest wave, right? Between the wave 1, 3, and 5. And wave 4, which is this one, cannot overlap the top of wave 1. If it overlaps it, it violates the principle of impulsive wave, a motive wave. It cannot overlap it. If it does, then this is most likely a very complicated corrective wave, not an impulsive wave. Okay, so that's I put it there for you. Let's see, where are we now? All right, I just want to show you the. I think I might leave this to Richard to explain to you, because this is the 1-day class from 9 to 6 that I'll be doing for those who are interested. But your takeaway from this class is that you'll be able to label and interpret market structures confidently, not just guess it. You'll be able to see how to label them properly. Of course, it will take a long time. You must practice. You must be diligent. You must work hard. Nothing comes easy. And this is hard work, okay? You'll be more confident in analyzing tops and bottoms, all right? You'll trade confidently without stress, and that's so important. If you trade with stress, you might as well stop trading. You're going to kill yourself. Your health is going to go down. So you must trade with confidence, but without any stress. You must know how to manage it. And the way to manage it is to know your wave counts properly, so that when you're wrong, you cut out, and you cut out a little bit. But when you make a lot more, all right? So that's how it works. So understand risk-reward dynamics, very, very important for those who want to be successful in trading, okay? And finally, you should not be swayed, that means be distracted by financial news. It's good to read it, to hear, but don't absorb it and make it your decision to trade the markets based on financial news. That's the worst way to trade. Or FOMO, you know what FOMO is? Fear of missing out. Never chase the market. you chase the market, you're asking for trouble. That's what FOMO is. Okay. Okay, these are the testimonies that I shared with Richard from those who have traded with me. This is a trade that was done in 1998 financial crisis where the market collapsed. I told you the KLSE. That time he was very involved in stock trading. And this, the second testimony recently on AMD. AMD is the tech company, you know, the chip company. And Bitcoin. So he made money on both. So I will leave this to Richard next. So I will share the screen. I will come out and I leave it to Richard to take it over. Okay.
But before Richard take it over, anybody have any questions you want to ask?
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
We are open for Q&A sections now. If you have any questions, you can ask Mr. Cherry here. Take this opportunity. Do not miss the opportunity. So you can type your questions in the chat box, all right?
Actually, Vince, from all the questions that you have sent to me, I have kind of diluted it into 10 questions, which I think will cover most of what you guys have asked.
Okay, good.
One is I think maybe I will continue then.
Yes,
Then
yes.
maybe if you have any more questions, you can ask me, okay?
Yes, no problem.
So there are 10 questions, which actually there are more, but a lot of them is overlapping. So the first question is applicability of Elliott waves on asset classes. I think I've explained that. It can be used in all classes and also all time frames. And so if you are a short-term trader, very short-term intraday trader, you can also use wave analysis because the waves can be seen in 1 minute, in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, in 1 hour, 4 hours, and it goes on and on, okay? It's just amazing. Volatile markets and markets in slumber, entry, exit, possibility of using AI. Okay. Markets in slumber, I normally leave it alone. I don't, because I can tell from the market that it's a waste of time trading it. But it depends on your time frame, because those short-term traders can actually trade those up and down moves, if it's wide enough. Okay, that's individual. So everyone has a different risk profile. Mine is different. Then, somebody asked about higher highs, a break of structure, a change of character, Fibonacci, swing highs and lows. So all this is captured in the wave analysis, believe me, completely. The highs and lows. Break of structure basically means it moves out into a new phase. That's all it is. That's what break of structure is, from wave 2 to wave 3, okay? And that's a change of character. From so wave 1 is normally being hopeful, because the market has dropped and it hasn't moved anywhere. Everyone has sold. There are no buyers. But there are some very brave buyers who have probably inside news. They will start buying. And you can see it in wave 1. All right. And then suddenly you see it drop. And then there's, despair again. Oh my God, what happened? So this will capture. But if it passes the bottom of wave 1, it's still going to go down. So stay away. So you don't trade in that 1 and 2. You wait for wave 3. Wave 3 is the best wave to go in. Believe me, whether it's 10 minutes or 1 hour or, 1 year. Right? So you can capture all that. Then you have a current wave. Okay, you wanted to know the current wave count for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple. I've shown you the charts, so you can take it from there. Just remember the rules and guidelines. You must know that before you enter. Wave analysis is a predictive or technical tool to approach to trading. Well, it's both a predictive and technical tool. Okay, it is both. How to recognize Elliott wave counts in a volatile market? Well, that's exactly why you need wave analysis. You can't do it otherwise, really, because the wave analysis will capture that volatile market very easily. You will know whether it's a C wave. C wave, okay, very interesting. A C wave is actually a corrective wave, but those who know the bottom of wave B can capture a wave C. And it's a sharp, fast move where you can make good money and come out fast. But you must know how to enter that type of markets. Will bear market start this month or next month? Oh, that's a $1 million question. I've shown you my charts, so you can take it from there. I believe that the markets are basically in a wave 5 intermediate wave. So it's not long before. It could be within the week, could be next week. I think the market will top out. Most of the good news have been captured by the market already. In fact, I think they are waiting for Trump's and Xi Jinping's meeting on Thursday in Korea. And then I think the market may top out. This is just my view, but I don't act on that. Just thinking about it. I let the market decide for me. Okay, that's how I trade. So the market will decide for me when to go in. Right? What is trending now? Well, that's a $1 million question. There are many, many stocks, even in a downtrend, that will trend up. So you have to know. Right now, the hot market assets, okay, in the stock market is rare earth minerals, rare earth and high-tech stocks. That is not Apple or Google. There are many other stocks that have just come out that is in the AI space, artificial intelligence space. If you can capture those, they are very good trading stocks. They don't look at the S&P. They actually have their own rhythm. Win rate. Okay, win rate depends on the individual again. But generally, I believe if you are good at wave analysis and use risk profile and trading strategies properly and with discipline, you can reach 90% very easily. There'll always be some trades that you will lose. But if you use proper risk profile, risk trading strategies, that loss will be minimal and you should have no stress because the next trade you'll make it back and more, right? So that's how it works. Because no trade can be perfect. All right, so I think that's about it. If there's any other questions, please ask and I will try to answer it.
Is it possible for the Elliott wave to catch the top and bottom? There's a question there.
Okay, I think I answered it. Let me just share this again. Okay. This is Bitcoin, right? I showed it to you earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And within the 3, there's another 5 waves. And within these 3 waves, third wave, there's another 5. But the minor wave 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe has stopped down. So once this has gone down, so I'm basically saying that the market has basically topped out. If I'm wrong, I might be wrong because it is still holding within the channel, is it? So it's holding like a thread, you know. So it depends on what happens by the end of this week, whether there's any deal. But I believe that deal, well, I won't try to predict that because that can go either way. But I look at the charts and I say, well, it can go either way. But my personal labeling of the charts is like that. So if you ask me whether you can capture the top and bottom, well, there you go. But I have not put any money in the market yet at this level. I'll wait for the third wave down, or if it breaks wave 5, that top here. Then I can decide on a pullback because this will go into another minor degree wave, 5 wave up, 3 wave down, and then go in and go up because it has broken this. And my count here has to be extended. 5th wave extension. There are 5th wave extensions. But remember the volume here, I don't have the volume chart and the MACD, but they are actually showing a lot of divergences. Okay, that's another way to look at the 5th waves. There'll be a lot of divergence between 3rd wave and 5th wave. As the market goes up, the MACD goes down. So that's telling you that there's something wrong and there'll be a change of character or break of structure, as you put it. Okay. I hope I've answered your question then. Any more questions?
Yeah, Mr. Cherry, I saw another questions by Paul.
Yeah.
The question is a bit out of this topic. His question is, if USA bankrupt, will what will happen to the US stock market?
Um, okay. I don't think um, the market would collapse because the US has been bankrupt for a long time. It's not news. There is no news. They are in 37 trillion debt US dollar trade, trillions. But the only reason the markets are going up because of the perception that the US can come out of it. But once they lose that perception, the market will collapse. But I don't think that uh, time has come because of the current administration and the way they look at markets. So don't worry about the US being bankrupt because it has been bankrupt for at least two decades now. All right. I hope I've answered your question.
Okay, final questions from Adam.
Yeah.
Okay, wave one is the best to heavy DCA. Okay, higher risk, higher return asset. Okay, wave five should less focus on less risk, less return asset. That is the question.
Okay. If I understand the question, you're asking whether wave one is the best wave to go in, and wave five is the not the best wave to go in. If that's the question, wave one is not the best wave to go in. Wave three is the best wave to go in, or wave C. Okay, wave three, you will have to get some confirmation first. So that's how I trade. I don't trade on wave one or wave two. Wave two, if it breaks the bottom of wave one, that means your count is wrong. So you have to recount it. But over the years, my recounts have been less and less because I have the experience to label it and to know through momentum, through MACD. So there are a lot of support indicators that help me quantify the wave counts. And that takes experience. Unfortunately, you need to work hard to know that. But never wave one. It's always wave three, this one. At the bottom of this, once it breaks this, you can wait for the market to go down because this will be the wave one of a smaller degree. This is a smaller degree wave, wave two. And then because you want to capture this wave degree, you just buy on a pullback. But your stop has to be here, below the wave two minor bottom. So you have to decide whether that loss is, whether you can stand that. If you can't, then don't go in. Okay. Then you have to look at the 4-hour charts and trade, or the 1-hour charts. This is a daily chart. So daily charts, of course, the prices are much higher, and depending on how much capital you have to work that out. So the risk management is very, very crucial to your success. All right, not just reading the waves. You must be able to manage your risk properly. Don't just jump in because it looks nice, but the stop is so far away that you lose half your capital, and then you don't want to go into the next trade. I hope I've answered that question.
Yeah, I think because the time is running out, maybe we need to hand over back to Richard.
Oh, okay. I will pass it on to
Yeah,
Richard.
make Richard the
Yeah.
host. Yeah.
Richard, host allow, where is he? Put in waiting room. Oh my God, where is Richard Chua? It says I put in waiting room, okay? I'll put it in waiting room. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Because
I
I
think
don't
so.
see.
Richard, you are now host.
I put you in waiting room, right? Then you take over. Is that how it is? Because I don't see you as.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you got it. Okay. All right.
Okay, thank you so much for hearing Cherry out and his great knowledge that passed on. Now, this is a very surface type, and the 3 things that I take away from him is that during his talk about the Elliott wave, the wave itself actually allow us to go on what we call the trailing profit. Is that right? So as the wave ride on, we can continue to set our the stop loss can continue to trail accordingly to the wave as you have identified. That's number one. Number two, I take away is that Cherry has shared that the best time to get into the market is wave number three when you're able to label it
That's right.
and identify it. And the third things that I take away from Cherry's talk is that now he said that wave five, once the wave five is break, then this is it. The way the market, or rather the stock price or the assets will bounce to go for a serious corrections and wait until the next wave come back on the wave one, then we will relook at it. So these are the very essential points that we should look into that. And this is a takeaway from Cherry's talk earlier on. So Cherry is going to hold the one-day class on the 8th of November. And then what you're going to master from it is that, as he has said, that 5-way plus 3 structured and plus the Fibonacci relationship as well, market psychology behind each wave. So earlier on, he will just very briefly run through on the wave identification. But during this one-day class, he is going to teach you exactly where to pinpoint on the wave and label it correctly. So of course, given time, you will be able to label it yourself. Of course, we will also organize a get-together session as well to actually re-practice and refresh. And a practical charting as well, how to label the wave, as I said earlier on, and spotting the invalidations and confirmation point. And of course, lastly, is a trading application, how to apply Elliott wave with support and resistance, and when to take profit and when to protect your capital and the trailing stop, or rather the trailing profit as well. Okay, so this is the one-day class that Cherry is going to conduct. In his normal practice that is offered class is usually he charge 1,900 ringgit student per pax. But because of the crypto journey member, then he said, okay, he agreed to give a special price of 950 ringgit only per pax. So of course, even and during this one-day class, there will be lunch is provided and tea break also included as well. And the class is going to start from 10 a.m. just now, as per Cherry said that I see the chart is
9 a.m.
to 9 a.m. Yeah, 9 a.m. and then all the way to 6. 6 is that means the last stretch of 4:45 to 6 p.m. That is when a lot of interactions, a lot of group breaking out, and then to share ideas as Cherry will go around tables to tables. And then the venue is going to be at Nexus at Kota Damansara. During this course, Cherry is going to come up with his own version of workbook and plus a live chart analysis, and of course, post-class Q&A. And of course, Cherry, would you be able to extend like every 2 weeks or fortnight, there will be a get-together for a certain period so that you can actually affirm them on whether they are practicing the right strategy or not? Would you be able to?
We can work out something like that. Yeah, but can you just show them the actual agenda for the one-day class? You know, the class. Yeah, I think you missed that out.
One,
You have it?
because I don't have it at this moment.
Okay,
if you want,
I have it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. So at this moment, very briefly, that is the one-day class on the 8th. And then if you are interested, that is the QR code over on the right side, as well as click here. If you look at it, click here, that will be information. So I'm going to post out on the chat group for this. And then as and when you feel, okay, you want to learn more and want to profit and want to trade in more confidently in the marketplace, let Cherry take you on and hold your hand all the way up for this, be it in BTC, be it in all the crypto market assets, as well as the S&P or the US stocks market. Yep. So just very last one that I want to just want to share with you is that there's one stock that Cherry actually shared with me, and it was so good. It was like the BTQ. He actually shared very briefly. And that time when he shared to me, it was only $6. And somehow I said, where it was so short, it was just only listed in the marketplace. But he said that you didn't look at the 4 hours or even 1 hour. I said, oh yeah, because I said I can't see any wave. It's so short. It only listed for a week or two or two only. How can I see the wave? Then when he pointed up to me at 1 hour, then I can see the wave. So if from actually search from $6 all the way up to $15, the high. And then of course right now it's under correction phase, and I believe it will be come back again. So that will be something Cherry gonna share again on this valuable information. All
Okay,
right.
one question, sir. Okay, this will be a physical class instead of online class, right?
It will be
Yes, yes.
physical. Yes, it's from, let me explain this a little bit more in detail. Let me just share the chart, my chart again, because I have can you pass it to me, please? I
Yeah.
just want to show you the class structure so that you have an idea as to what you will learn and what you will take away. All right. Have you shared already?
Yep. You make host.
Oh, okay. Thanks. This one. Okay. So this is the one-day class. So I've divided it into 5 sessions. Session 1
Sorry,
from
Cherry,
9.
Cherry, make
Yeah.
it a slideshow to make it bigger.
Oh, sorry. Let me come out again. Okay, let me see whether I can share.
Just now the slide on the top left, there is the button of a slideshow.
Where is it? This one? No.
You must share screen first.
I think I missed it.
Yep.
You
Okay.
see the top left from beginning.
beginning.
Just
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, from current slide.
From
Okay.
current slide. Yes.
Okay. This is what I wanted to share. So there are 5 sessions. Session 1 from 9 to 10:30. Foundations. Of course, you need to know the foundations, where I'll go deeper into the structure of the waves, the 5 wave up and the 3 wave down, so that you'll understand the rhythm and the structure behind what wave principles are. Then the second session, after a short 15-minute break, you'll get the actual structure, and it will be integrated into Fibonacci ratios, the 1.618, 0.68, 0.32. That will be integrated in there, because that's one way to confirm whether the wave is 3 or 5 or 2. So that's that. Then you have lunch break. From 1:30 to 3:15, you will be applying these waves on live charts, okay? So because it's a Saturday, we'll have to look at crypto charts, of course. So I'll go into not just the day charts, we will go into even the 1-hour charts or the 30 minutes charts, and I'll show you some of the ways you can trade it if you are the who likes to trade short terms. So that will be a live labeling of charts, okay? Quick ones to show you that if you do it, you can do it just then and there. All right. Then from 3:30 to 4:30, trading with Elliott waves, entry and exit. Okay, now this is the key to being successful in your trading. How to actually enter and exit with supporting evidence, and so that when you enter the market, you're confident. You're not unsure. You're not gambling. But you're very sure, at least you have 90% confidence that this is the correct count, this is where I enter, this is where I exit, and this is where, if I'm wrong, I have a stop loss. You must always have a stop loss, because no trade is 100% perfect, okay? And then finally, we will break up into, depending on how many of you sign up, into groups, and then we will apply live exercises, and then I will ask one of you to come up and share your thoughts on the workbook, how you came up with that decision, how did you get wave 3, what made you decide that this is wave 3. So it will make you think a lot. So in this way, you will leave the class with a lot more information. And then after that, it's a journey of you practicing it daily, and you must have the passion to do this, because this requires a lot of passion and time. If not, you're just going to lose it. You will lose it because it needs daily practice and for you to really pick up this. But once you pick it up, you will never want to look at anything else except this. Believe me, because that's why I can hold on for 37 years just looking at this. I was hooked to it, okay? All right, if you want to put it that way. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share. So this is what you learn in the one-day class. All right.
Okay.
Who do I share it? Do I pass it to you? No, I don't have to.
No, I'll just do a quick wrap up. So after hearing this, how many of you are excited to participate together with Cherry? And we really look forward. And Cherry is going to pour out everything into this class and with all his heart. So we hope that you will take these precious opportunities and then to sign up for this coming next weekend class, just one day on Saturday, one time only. So it is quite a rare opportunity because Cherry himself also have a tight schedule, and I managed to talk to him and just hold a class for crypto journey with Vince. So it is the normal member as well as VIP. So I hope to see more faces in the class. So see you.
Okay, thanks, Cherry, and also Richard. Okay, back to the Mandarin speaking.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
OK 非常感恩大家今天的这个到来哈。说我现在就把这个时间拿回来。那我们也看到了这个 Cherry 的这个分享哦，让我看到这个用这个 Elliott Wave 原来它的设定是可以用在这个长时段、中时段以及这个短时段的哈。那长时段的时候，我们用的这个符号又不一样，中时段用的符号又不一样，以及短时段用的符号也是不一样的哈。至于我觉得Richard 就这样子做吧哈，你把你自己本身的这个 WhatsApp number，OK，你 post 进来这个chat 里面，OK，whoever interested to know more, please PM Richard by the WhatsApp，OK yourself. So Richard, maybe can you type your WhatsApp number, okay, into the chat box. Okay, after that, you also post into the Crypto Journey WhatsApp group, okay, to
Okay.
allow people to contact you, to communicate, to ask questions with you for the further actions. OK，在我结束今天的这个会议之前呢，我想要问一问大家，今天有没有从今天的这个分享当中有学习到东西的？至少你有学习到东西，你能不能给我打一个5 ？Give me 5. If you think that you learn something tonight, okay, please type 5 for me. Right. Okay, I think you all may catch the opportunity. Okay, be honest. I would like to study. Okay, we all of you together in Cherry physical class as well. OK，如果你们有参与的话，我相信你们都会看到我哦，我也是应该会去参与这个Cherry 的 physical class 哦，因为现场的我们带着我们自己本身的电脑，我们带着我们自己的 tablet 和是这个手机，我们来到现场的时候有 projector 可以看哦，Mr. Cherry also there。OK, then a lot of questions 我们可以直接可以有一个很直接的跟他有一个怎么讲 communicate 直接可以问他。那我们在做这个电脑做设定的时候，在 Trading View 做设定的时候，无论我们是这个 Trade Stop 的Trade 这一个Crypto 的都可以在现场的时候，我们在找出这个 Wave One to Wave Five。Wave A、B、C 的时候对或不对的时候，我们可以现场可以问他那大家可以找这个机会可以把这个 Richard，我没有看到你的这个 contact number 我看到了哈，OK，Richard，你的 contact number。OK 发到这边呢，我再次帮你发多一次谁有这个信息想要知道更多的，欢迎联系这个 Richard 那我希望今天你们拥有一个美好的晚上待会你们要抓住这个时机 有任何关于这个 Elliott Wave 要跟 Cherry 有这样子一个直接交流的话，你们 please contact Richard accordingly 不要问我哈，因为我不是 Elliott Wave 的这个专家。OK，你们要问的话，直接问 Richard，然后由这个 Richard 通过这个 Cherry 的这样子的一个沟通之后，再来给你们一个这样子的一个回复的。OK，好的哈我觉得时间差不多，我就要结束今天的这一个会议了哈。希望你们真的有学习到这个东西哈。如果你们觉得in future 还想要更多类似的这样子的一些新的这个专家老师来跟大家分享的话你可以的话你喜欢的话也 open 给大家来学习的话，你这边给我打5好不好？我看到，如果你们每个人都很喜欢这样子的一个的分享的一个的这样子的一个环节的话，我就会多一点邀请更加多的这个专家来跟你们做这样子的一个分享的然后谢谢你们的到来那祝你们拥有一个美好的晚上Also, I want to express my thanks to Richard and also Cherry Simon for your appearance tonight to share about the today very interesting topic. Okay, and I believe a lot of people benefit a lot from your sharing. Okay, I hope that we'll see you again, especially in the physical classes of you, 1 day classes. Okay, then we'll see what else we can improve ourselves in terms of doing a trading, in terms of doing an investment. OK，so 好的，祝大家拥有一个美好的晚上。我们一起来谢谢这个 Mr. Cherry 和 Simon。OK，thank you
Thank
and
you. Thank you very
OK，
much.
see you guys again next round. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.